Welcome back to the Ski Resort Expansion Game Show, where me, EHP the Skiing Unicorn, David, also known as Winter Duck, and a special guest, Link Skiing, will compete to create the best expansion of a ski resort heavenly. Listen, Mike, was it working? Okay, cool. Hey, before we get into this, I just want to let you guys know that there was a lot of issues making this video, a lot of issues with files, and things corrupting, and lack of audio. It just was a struggle to make all of this. So, this whole video was recorded through many different recording sessions over a time span of about a month. So, yeah. That's what, if you hear a bunch of mic changes and things like that, that is why. Alright, back to the video. Enjoy.
Okay, so sorry about that. So my expansion is Monument Peak and Lower Killebrew. So, I don't know why it's doing that. So I got the like Nevada Hoback area with like this Desert Flats Express, almost 3,500 feet of vertical. Got these like chutes up here, nice little like gullies and stuff, and then like some more like bowl like shrub like areas at the bottom. And then, I mean, the snow down here is a little iffy, but maybe could be supplemented by snowmaking or snow farming. And then over here is Lower Killebrew. You could use this to as an egress from this area, just in case of emergencies, because like Mott is if Mott closes, then you're kind of screwed. But yeah. And then this like Monument Peak Bowl. And then there's this Monument Basin area. You got this high-speed quad here, the Monument Express, and then another one here for Cold Creek. Monument will serve a few. You got this road that takes you down to Cold Creek, which is a new intermediate pod. Maybe taking some pressure off some other areas, possibly. I'm not sure. And then Monument has a couple mogul runs, and then Joe's Peak has mostly glades. And then this new lodge down here will help with adding lodging or like lodge capacity for lunchtime. Pros: it adds 2,000 acres, 2 new lodges, 4 new high-speed quads, a new triple. It's like extremely tall expansion. Adds new expert terrain, chutes, and bowls, and it'll generally spread more people out. And Monument Basin is high elevation. However, it puts more pressure on Sky because of getting the access into the Monument Basin or like basin. If you're an intermediate skier, you have to take Sky to get into there. And Monument Basin is south facing, but it is high elevation. And then the Nevada Hogbacks and Lower Killebrew faces east and is low elevation. So in bad or even mediocre seasons, it might not open. And the Minden and Monument Expresses may become crowded in the afternoon from people leaving the expansion. Overall, I think this will be a great expansion, which helps add intermediate terrain, but even more advanced and expert terrain, helping it compete with Palisades better in terms of like terrain. And this expansion using EHP's money system will cost around $67 million. Like, that's actually how much. I'm not joking. Thanks.
All right, this is certainly an interesting end screen. I can't say that really looks like me, but that is indeed my name.
Now is probably a good time to mention the special guest judge of this video, Arjun Ski. He is a huge inspiration to me and an amazing skier. Once you finish this video, you should go check out his channel, which will be linked in the description, to see more clips like this.
Right. 3, 2, 1, drop! Hold it, hold it, hold it! Yes! 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 Ah! Ah! Ah!
But okay, let's start with your monument basin expansion. I want to start with that one and then go to the other one. So yeah, overall, this part of the expansion I do like a lot. As you said, it is a bit of a not less than ideal aspect. However, I do think that is going to be countered significantly with the high elevation, and like just the overall preservation will be pretty good because of that. So I actually do like this one a lot, and I think it adds a lot of like a good variety of terrain back here. You get some steeper stuff, you get some more intermediate pitch stuff. So I do like this part of the expansion a lot, and I've always thought about this being a potential next expansion for Heavenly. It's just a very natural extension of the ski resort. So for that, I do like it. Let's talk about the other one now. And this one to me is a little bit more controversial because mainly just because of the aspect and elevation, right? I've skied Kilbur a couple of times now, and I've just noticed that when you get to the bottom of Kilbur already, it starts to get a little bit crusty, a little bit variable. So I'm not sure exactly if you were to go even lower, what the snow quality would be. And I don't know if citing Mott as a reliability thing is valid because I don't think the lift ever goes down if the terrain is open. So I'm not really sure if that's an actual issue. But the main concern I have is this is a pretty popular and legendary backcountry run. Fullstone Canyon, Minden Mile. That's what this kind of area would serve. So you're taking a pretty popular backcountry spot away. However, if we were to just not worry about that argument for now, uh, the run generally, like sometimes I know you have to hike out, so because of low snow, it's very rare that you can actually ski all the way to the bottom. And so, yeah, as you kind of said, snow quality here is going to be an issue, and I don't know if this is the most effective way to expand, but it is very, very ambitious. So I do like it for that. Overall, I think it's a good plan, and this would certainly add a good variety of terrain, especially this one would give some more steep terrain that the resort kind of needs. I mean, it does a decent job with Kilbur and Mock, but it could always be better. So, yeah, overall, solid plan.
Thank you, Link, for your presentation. All right, is everybody ready?
Mhm.
Ready?
All right. So my expansion is the fire break expansion. The basic overview. It would have some more cut roads that would function somewhat like cruisers, but I feel like a lot of them would end up being more like Skyline Trail, where they're just long, flat access sort of things. But given other roads like that are marked as blue or heavenly, I went along with it. Um, and if you can see here, all these little highlighted areas, these are all some like burnt. Oh, some of them are burnt, some of them are not. Just very unique, steep, difficult tree skiing, and then they're variably hankered. What the fuck? Anchored by four four high-speed quads, which we will get into their individual terrain and what they are on the next slide. So terrain pod 1 is Burn Scar, which is the farthest left lift, I believe. And this lift would be the longest lift in the pod, or no, second longest, and it would serve mostly just this bowl terrain up here in the main Burn Scar, which is what it's named after, as well as this really steep, technical, rocky tree terrain, and then this little canyon down here, which would probably have to be a hike out, but would still be some pretty cool terrain. Terrain Pod 2 is East Peak, which I believe this one is the longest, and it would serve two cut black groomers. It kind of got cut off by the screenshot, but the other one goes out like this and around, as well as more of that big, steep, difficult tree skiing, as well as this little blue right here is a cut access road that spits you out right at the top of Olympic. And again, you can't really see it because of the screenshot, but it actually ends just below the top of East Peak because Heavenly has some pretty bad wind problems. And I thought putting a big lift like this on that peak would not be a really good idea. The terrain pod 3 is the low zone lift, which is this one, which services this bowl and these two blue road things. This bowl is called lower burn scar, and then there's high roller, which services these steep trees, this cut blue, and then the other side of that little hike out canyon down by burn scar. This is the other side of it right here, and then both of these would also be like exit lifts for all the terrain below East Peak. So like this glade right here, you access off the top of East Peak, but then you keep coming all the way down, and then you take low zone up. And if you want to ski the entirety of the burn scar, or like specific parts of the burn scar, you'd come down and take high roller back up to eat. I probably could have made it a little better because it's currently a free lift lap, because you'd have to go burn scar and East Peak. Oh wait, no, it'd be up high roller. Okay, I'm going on too much. But anyway, it will, yeah, of a price, it would cost $48,524,000 using my money system, which I've already put in editing. And the pros is it puts more bowl and tree skiing, which Heavenly is already known for. So if they have more good terrain of that type, I mean, I guess I don't really. It's like, okay, more bowl and tree skiing, some more long, cruisy sort of blues and blacks, and it has entirely high speed lifts. The cons of it are more people on previously unpopulated trails, because Burn Scar puts you out right at the top of Nevada woods and the burn, and you also would lose a popular backcountry spot being Firebreak, which I think some people get pretty angry about. Thank you for watching this presentation, and please vote for me.
All right, the controversial Firebreak expansion. Let's talk about it. So, Firebreak, as you mentioned, is a very popular backcountry spot. It's on my personal list as well. I mean, it looks gorgeous when you get the right conditions and line it up at the right time. Like a bluebird powder down this area would be like nothing else.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so commercializing it is definitely controversial, but like, let's factor out the fact that it's a popular backcountry spot and actually look. Oh, I mean, look at the terrain. Overall, I will say that this does look like a nice natural extension of the ski resort. I like that you just kind of, I mean, when you look at the map, even, it's kind of weird to see Heavenly kind of rise on the two far sides, and you have this whole middle area that's just kind of like not served at all. It's just out of balance. So it's weird, even visually on the map. So I do commend you for kind of thinking into going into this terrain. What I will say is that just this overall approach to Firebreak is not the way that I would personally do it. This is certainly a way to do it, but in a resort that already has a lot of cut runs, a lot of cut runs that are very accessible, but kind of lacks more unique terrain. For me, democratizing and making Firebreak accessible is kind of not the route that I would go. What I would do instead is have a couple of low maintenance lifts back here and have a bunch of access gates, kind of similar to Sloshman's at Bridger, or like lifts that require like a beacon to ride, and maybe you could have it at the gates and then keep the terrain natural, but have it patrolled, mitigated, and inbounds. But just have it lift served now properly, and an actual part of the ski resort that opens when conditions permit, rather than having runs here. Because elevation is another thing. I don't know, these runs get pretty low. I mean, we've seen. I think Gun Barrel is a good comparison, which is probably similar steepness, if not less steep. So I think snow preservation would be an even bigger issue. So actually cutting runs down here, I feel like it would just be better to keep the terrain natural. Maybe slightly democratized here and there to make it more accessible, but like overall have it retain a natural feel, and have a lift just rise out, and keep it for more expert skiers. But I do really like the idea of taking Firebreak and incorporating it into the ski resort. It just makes Heavenly feel that much bigger.
Uh-huh.
So overall, very, very interesting plan.
All right, so this is my deep space expansion, and expansion TM. So why should you invest in my expansion? Have you ever landed in Minden Airport? No, that's because it's not a public airport. Anyways, putting a gondola in over here saves 9 minutes. It's with a smaller 4-person high-speed quad, adding loopable terrain, adding more terrain, easier access to heavnely. The shoot pod includes Event Horizon, Antimatter, Dark Matter 10 to A10 Warthog. These are things you onto the new entrance runs into the new deep space expansion. We got leap year and universe. This all cost me this much money to make to implement. I'm not gonna the end. I better win. Remember, hell has no skiing.
Well, that is certainly
Bravo.
one of the more interesting presentations that I've witnessed in my
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
Very enthusiastic
yeah.
delivery, and
I
honestly, for that
tried.
alone, it might mog both of you two.
Yay!
Passion that came from that was just raw, and I felt it through the cord. You know, I felt it through
Yeah.
the screen. So, David, do you mind going back and just showing me the pictures of your expansion, just so I can take a look? I want to just get a proper. Okay, so this looks like a lower galaxy almost.
Yeah, there's galaxy. This is you enter this place either through galaxy or there's the other lift. I don't remember what it's called.
Stagecoach?
Yeah, stagecoach. There used to be another. Apparently, there used to be another lift like in this area.
Yeah, there's Wells Fargo. From another one of your
Yeah.
angles, I could try to. You can see the lift line. They'll be able to see it on my screen. Right there is the lift line. That little cut. Right next to his border, there's a little cut, and that used to be the old Wells Fargo lift line.
I see.
Yeah, there's like a small. I added like a small parking lot at the bottom where like this would be like not really a lodge, but like just a parking lot, and there would be a lodge at the top, like for
Got it.
You can
Okay.
get from Stagecoach and Galaxy from this gondola.
Got it. All right. Let's take a look at the other slide. Let me just get one more look at that.
These are the chutes.
Okay, this is in that same galaxy, lower
Yeah.
galaxy kind of pod. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. And then let me see your gondola from Minden.
I think is there a better one? I mean you can see it's the yellow one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I understand.
And the other yellow one is another a chairlift. Is the 4-person high speed.
Okay, got it. And then do you mind flipping to that other slide one more time?
Yep.
Yeah, that one, or maybe one more over. Oh, or go back.
This one.
Like, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, what's that black line? Is that a run?
No, the entire black line that's going all the way to there.
To the airport, yeah, to the airport.
I think it's supposed to be the road.
That's just the road, like.
That's a road. Okay,
Yeah,
I was a
it's
little
outlining the way
concerned
to
if you
get.
had a black trail going all the way down into right next to the bottom.
Yeah.
You know, it's just tuck.
The red.
Okay,
The red is
my
all the way
apologies,
to like
yeah.
the other lifts that bring you over to heavenly from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I understand now. Okay, so you have a road coming up, and this is almost like another base area.
Yeah.
Kind
Well,
of, not a base.
not really a base. Just another lift that like.
Just
I'd say
another
kind of
lift,
like
and
most
you have a
similar to
road that
Boulder.
accesses this.
It's a lift. There's a lift. There's a gondola. I mean that goes all the way up.
I see. Okay.
So in like low snow, the gondola would be just downlifted and yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. What I like about this is that, like, it's, if you like that galaxy terrain, which I actually think
Yeah.
Galaxy is a pretty strong pod, this is more of that, and you even get a little bit more variety with that shoots terrain.
Yeah.
So I think that is kind of nice. Lift setup back here is pretty simple, but like it's not a very big expansion, so I think it kind
It's
of
on the
covers that.
smaller side.
Right. It's on the small stuff, but that's okay. And there seems to be some good terrain. The concerns I do have would be like elevation, of course, right?
Yeah.
Galaxy is already like kind of low, and this is
Yeah,
going
it's-
even lower. and
Yeah.
this is going into the desert. We know, like, as clouds travel over the mountains, they deposit all the snow there, and then
Yeah.
they start to deposit less and less as you go into the desert. So, for an expansion, I would be a little bit concerned as
Yeah.
to how often this would be open. But
Yeah,
top elevation
yeah, it's, it's
is
it's
cool.
probably gonna be on the lower, or like not often open.
Right,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
that's
And
kind of to
typically,
help with.
when you expand, you want to have terrain. If you're going to put
yeah.
in all that
You
money, right?
you.
Isn't it like
I'd assume that you would like use the lower chairlift, like in like usually the lower chairlift, and the gondola would be like to get up there and like back down mostly.
right? And that makes sense. That makes sense. The other concern have about this is, like as a road coming up from Minden all the way up this canyon. I wonder because I don't think the population of Minden is a lot. I wonder how much use that road will actually get, whether it's actually worth going through all that painstaking effort to
Isn't
actually.
that road already
Uh,
there?
Road already
is
exists.
that a road already there?
It's
Yeah,
already
no,
a
Yeah.
road.
yeah, it's very inefficiently
That's
built.
what. That's what me and
I
my.
wish it was just a straight line.
Oh, I see. So there is a road already there. Okay,
Yes.
I thought that
Yeah.
road that you had added was new.
Yeah, just
Okay,
outlining the
and
road.
okay, like the only other concern that you would have with that is now, like, I imagine historically. Oh, that road goes all the way up into. Oh, got
Yeah,
it, got it. Okay, I'm getting myself acquainted with this. Okay, so that road goes all the way up into heavenly, into the Nevada side. So
yeah,
we're just adding another stop along the way,
yeah.
essentially.
Saving 9 minutes.
Okay, now I understand. If that is the case, I think then it is fine. You just have to make sure that road is well maintained and stuff, which I guess if it leads into heavenly and that's the only means of access for people down there, it should be. The real only concern is just elevation and then like just the ambition of the project. It's not like this
Yeah,
multi-sweeping, huge expansion with a lot of lifts. It's just one area. But
yeah,
it's a cool thought for sure. So I do like it as a whole.
yeah,
Actually, a fun fact about one of the reasons he chose this area is he's looking at that as he looks out his
yes,
window.
yes.
When he
I
looks out his
forgot about
bedroom
that.
window,
Yes,
that is what he sees. Is
That
right
is
there.
nice. I mean, like Heavenly's kind of honestly like a hidden ski resort in my opinion. Like you can see
yeah,
it like from North Lake pretty easily, but from South Lake, you can really only see like Gun Barrel, and then like even the Nevada side's a little tucked away. So it is kind of nice if you make it a little bit more visible. Driving alongside. Like I go through Minden and whatnot to get to Mammoth sometimes, so you can see Kilbrew, but like it would be nice if more of the ski resort was visible. So I do
yeah.
think this would accomplish that. Okay. So I'll make this quick then.
Okay.
This is a very fun. Wait, sorry. Before we get to this part, this is the first episode, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. 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 So, all right. 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, boys. This was a really fun episode. I'm very honored that you guys selected me to be the judge for the first episode. So thank you very much for having me on
Ooh.
board. And with that being said, I'm gonna now announce my personal winner. I think all of you boys had really good ideas. But there were some that I liked a little bit more than others. And so in first place, I would give to Link Skiing, Link G. Very nicely done. I
Congratulations.
like your Sorry, sorry. I liked all of your plans, but in my humble opinion, Lynx is the best. I think it's very ambitious and it's certainly a flawed plan. It's not perfect, but I think that monument basin expansion is really what set it over the edge for me. I think that is if I could pitch one thing for Heavenly to expand into, just for the sheer elevation and variety of terrain, that would probably it. So good job on your plan. In second place, I'll have to give it to EHP. I really, Firebreak is definitely a controversial area to expand into. I thought the way you did it was interesting, not necessarily how I would do it, but I do think there is a way to get into that terrain, and having it would just make the ski resort feel that much cooler, that much bigger. So good job on yours. And finally, in third place, I would give it to a very strong contender, David. I do like your plan. I think like that lower
Yeah.
galaxy area is very cool. And I think having the road come up
Yeah.
from like, is it Minden? That's
Yeah.
awesome. I think
Yeah.
that would having another base area, almost like another base area, would be really cool and accessible for the folks down there. I
Well,
would say
well,
the only thing
remember,
that's hold.
Skiing has no hell.
I guess I'm going to hell. Honestly, it is what it is. I gotta stick with my guns. But I do like your plan. I think if you just had more to it, I think I would like it even more. Just one pod. It's just hard for me to put over the
Yeah.
others when the other projects are multi lifts and stuff. Servicing
Yeah.
enormous strength. But great, strong effort. So yeah, thank you again for having me. This was really fun.
Yep.
I enjoyed my time
Thank
doing
you.
this
for coming
episode.
on to it.
Thank you. Thank you for
Of
judging.
I'm honored to be the
I
first
got you.
guest.
Mhm.
Yes, thank you for having me, and wish you the best of luck for all the future episodes that
Yeah.
I'm sure your boys will have coming out pretty soon.
I'd like to thank anybody who watched to the end of this video. I'd also like to thank everybody who competed. It was very fun to make when the audio and files weren't killing themselves. And last but not least, here's a teaser of the next video in the series. Thank you very much for making it to the end, and I'll see you next time I make a video.
Your neighbor, goodbye, see you later.